everyone, this is Rufaro and welcome to my channel. In today's video, first and foremost, I hope you guys are all doing well and you're looking after yourselves, taking care of yourselves. And so in today's video, I'm going to go over a certificate I recently took. It's a finance related certificate, but not strictly for people in finance. You could be in accounting, in tech and IT, you could be in engineering, you could be in any field really, but just want to enhance your skills in finance or in the investment world, or just learn a new skill and get a new certificate. So this certificate is actually offered by I'm going to go over that in a second, but again, I just wanted to say that this certificate is actually free, F-R-E-E-E. So yeah, it's free. I mean, I'm all about investing in yourself, and sometimes you do have to pay to invest yourself, which is perfectly fine because it's an investment. You're putting something in and you're going to receive something that's even better. So in this case, I consider this an investment still, even though the certificate was for free. I put in the time, I put in the effort to study and to do it and to pass. So without any further ado, let me go into this certificate and what it's about, who offers it, why you should look at getting it. So basically, I have my laptop here because I want all my information to be accurate. So the basically the CFA Institute, right, is a board that offers all these certificates you can get. Like if you want to be a CFA, you write your exams under them. If you're going to do this program I did as well, you write it under them. So the CFA Institute Investment Foundations program is the CFA Institute Investment Foundations program. It covers the essentials of finance, ethics, and investment roles, which then would provide you with clear understanding of the global investment world. So on the website, it goes on to say that this is a zero-cost online experience, and it's designed for anyone who wants to enter or advance within the investment management industry, including IT, operations, accounting, administration, and marketing. But again, it's not limited to people in those areas only. So then candidates who then successfully pass the online exam will earn the CFA Institute Investment Foundation certificate, demonstrating mastery of core foundational principles of the investment profession. So I just thought this was a great skill for me to gain because, again, coming from quarantine, when quarantine started, I had so many goals for myself. I had so much I wanted to take, study for. And to be completely honest, I don't think I achieved as much as I wanted to. But this certificate is something I really, really wanted to finally sit for. And I eventually managed to do that only last week. And I mean, although for me technically I would consider that my quarantine period being over, even though I'm still at home, I was like, hey, I set this goal, I still need to achieve it. So back to this. So let me just show you. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see properly, but the website for this I'll put in the description of this video, and you basically just type cfainstitute.org and it'll pop up. And when you go to it, right, so this will be on your page, whatever, and this is your home page. I wonder if you can see. This would be your home. Let me see if you can see. This would be your home page, and here you can download the curriculum, you can download the chapters, what does it say? Then you can register for it here. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of materials for you. There's some books you can buy on Amazon, but I didn't buy those books because I used the resources they gave me here for free, they were good. I mean, I passed with those resources, so it was perfectly fine. I would encourage you to use these resources as well. And with the chapters that they have, I'm just going to show you what the chapters are like to study for this. So I have my book here. It's a bit of a mess. I don't know why. I just feel like when my notes are messier, like I'm studying better, like I'm just getting this stuff more. Like if they meet, I'm just like, no, that's not it. So I'm a visual person, so color is for me. So the chapters are, you would basically study for things that are worth 20 chapters if you go according to the free resources they give you. So in the first chapter, they have, hold on, let me just show you. Download chapters. So the first chapter would basically be, okay, so of course they give you a glossary of terms you need to know. The first chapter is the investment industry, a top-down view. So you're basically going over, I don't know, I felt like the first chapter I didn't really need to study that much because it was stuff I remembered from school. So like it's literally going over financial markets, the investment industry, going over explaining like savers, buyers, spenders, showing you that whole circle, that cycle. Then you go over banks. It's just basic things like that, but it's still also important for you to actually understand it because again you'll be tested on it and you need to know it. And the second chapter is ethics and investment professionalism. So you have to be ethical. There's integrity involved when you're dealing with money, with people's money, or honestly just in any field, in life, in anything you do, you must be ethical, right? And it goes over this certain type of rules that you need to know, regulations, red flags you can pick up when you start working in this field. When you see things like that, you can relate to that. And the next one is regulation, not too far from ethics and etc., but you need to know those regulations. Chapter 4 is microeconomics, which is fun, I guess. Yeah, just supply, demand, the charts and all that fun stuff. And the next one is macroeconomics, which is my favorite. So yeah, macroeconomics, of course, supply, demand, your balance of payments, you're looking at inflation, international trade, all those things. Then economics of international trade, yeah, that as well. Financial statements, this is more of your accounting side. You look at, your balance sheet, your profit and loss statements, your cash flow statements, all that stuff, seeing how they interconnect, how they work together, and a bunch of other accounting related things. Then the quantitative concept is chapter 8, and it goes over opportunity cost, which is really economics, simple interest, compound interest, all of that stuff. So the great thing about this is you actually do not need a calculator for when you take this exam. They can give you maybe some interest or compound interest questions, but they won't be too crazy. Like you could probably work it out in your head, or you can look at the multiple choice options and kind of gauge, what does this look like? Does this make sense? Which is nice. Then chapter 9 is debt securities, 10 equity securities. Of course, you're going over your bonds, your stocks, the exchange, all that fun stuff. You have your derivatives, alternative investments. So of course you go over your forwards, futures, options. You also go over commodities, And then in on alternative investments, you go over real estate, private equity, just looking at all that stuff, which is also fun-ish. Then there's the structure of the investment industry, which again you definitely need to understand. That's chapter 13. 7 more chapters to go, so hang on in there with me. So you go over financial planning services. What else? Yeah, credit ratings, which is also really important. Trading services, your brokers, your dealers, all that stuff. Your clearinghouses, custodians, deposits, just a bunch of those things. Your investment vehicles, then functions of financial markets. Which was a fun chapter. Then chapter 16 is investors and their needs, which I like this chapter because you can then put yourself in the shoes of an investor and see it from their perspective. What do their needs be? What do they want to be? Understanding the different type of investors that are there is also important to understand. Here they also go over some pension plans as well, which was pretty cool to look at. And there are a bunch of other things. Then there's investment management. 18 is risk management, which is super duper important to look at. We have performance evaluation in chapter 19, and chapter 20 we have the investment industry documentation, which goes over the objectives of documentation, why it's important, the different types of documents you would have in a firm, the different documents you would exchange with your client, procedures, processes, just all that fun stuff. So that's what the chapters will have in here. So basically, now you've gone over that. So in my book, right, I literally did all the chapter stuff. So this is starting at chapter 4, because chapter 1 I didn't really write too much. I had some content from college still that I remembered, and these are literally some of my notes. Like I said, I like color in my stuff. Sometimes I even draw little pictures. That's just who I am. I'm visual with my notes. So these are just some of my notes. And I honestly had fun doing this. So this is with my notes. So now the process of, okay, you've decided this is what you want to do, right? How do you go about it? So the first thing, you go to the website, cfainstitute.org, and then you will scroll. You have to create an account. You create an account, put all the information, and then what I did was I actually registered for the exam before, because I just thought if I had a deadline, then I'll be super determined to study. And you have, how many months do you have? I think you have 6 months, or is it 9 months, to take the exam after you register. So I did that. Then I went to download the chapters, and then I downloaded the chapters and I started studying. So I completely forgot about the website. I was just studying and just getting myself back into the mood of enjoying to actually study, enjoying to learn, enjoying to learn because I want to learn, not because I'm learning to take an exam. So that's the mood I was trying to get myself back into. So did that, and then I actually then went to the page with the resources, like the candidate resources, where they have actually like a Quizlet type thing with the questions that you can test yourself in there. They have practice tests you can take for each chapter, which are great. Then they have a mock exam. So there's a mock A, mock B, and those are 100 questions each. So it's 200 questions together, and you have to pass both mock A and mock B in order for you to unlock the test, the final exams. So you can take mock A and mock B. I think you can take it as many times as you would like. I'm not too sure, but basically you can take that and it'll show you what you got wrong, what you didn't get wrong. It also gives you explanations on some of them, which is great, so you can brush up on those. Then for your final exams is exam 1 and exam 2. Again, 100 questions, and it's timed, so you basically have 2 attempts. If you pass exam 1, you don't have to take the second exam, which is great. If you fail the first exam, you can take the second exam. And if you fail, let's say you fail both of them, you have to wait, I think it's again 6 months. I don't really remember, I'm not sure, but you have to wait a certain time until you can reattempt it, because I think you can only take this exam twice a year, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, so actually I realized I didn't go over what a CFA is, actually, for people who don't know. So CFA stands for Chartered Financial Analyst, and it's like in accounting you have a CPA, for finance you could have a CFA, you can also have a CFP. So being a CFA is really the highest level of global legal and regulatory recognition of finance related qualifications. Not to say that there aren't other certifications you can take when you're in the the finance world, be it investment management or investment banking or anything. There's so many different things you can take, but this is also one of the highest level of recognitions you can get. And the actual CFA exam, it has 3 exams. So there's the level 1, 2, and 3, and you can only take them. So they only offered once a year each. So if you pass all of them, you could take them in 3 years. But I mean, it's incredibly hard. You can retake them as well, and it's also not super duper cheap. It's a couple hundreds. If you register early, of course you pay less, but it's also a couple hundreds. And don't get confused between the CFA Institute Investment Foundations program and the actual CFA exam. These are 2 different exams. The level that you're tested at are completely different. The CFA is much harder than this one. This one, again, as it said, it's to prepare you. Let's say if you want to take this at a certain point, the CFA, or if you just want to get another certificate, which is free, you can get that. But yeah, this is a great start if you're thinking of that. And for students who are, you're still in college or anywhere, it's a great thing to put on your resume, to just show that you have skill and knowledge in this place, to show initiative. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful and insightful. And if you're still watching, please then go ahead, comment your thoughts. If you have more questions on this, I will gladly reply and respond to you. Again, the reason I do this is to inform you on things that I am doing or things that I've experienced, especially in this space. So yeah, bye guys.